What's up, guys? We all have that issue. Sometimes we're fishing crankbaits, especially the medium divers down to your shallow runners, your square bills and stuff, to where all of a sudden the crankbait just starts running left or it starts running right and it gets a little erratic on us. Guys, here's a quick tip to make sure that you're doing what you need to make sure these crankbaits run straight. The first thing that you need to check before you start bending that little hook that's on the bait, where the O-ring attaches to, is make sure your line tie is in the correct spot. You know, some crankbaits come with just a round O-ring on it, and you'll notice the little opening where it threads onto. You know, make sure that your line tie is not tied onto that break, or the line tie, you know, or the little opening in that O-ring is not on the back and resting on that little metal piece that it connects to, because that right there can actually cause your crankbait to run not true. It can cause it to run left, right, it can cause it to roll up on you. And a lot of people take these crankbaits out of the packages and they make a couple of casts and they see it's running erratically and they think it's the crankbait, and in fact it's not. But especially when you have those round O-rings, making sure that your line tie is connected to, you know, to make sure that opening on the O-ring is either to the right or the left of it, and not where your line is tied to, or not where it attaches to the actual bait. And that's why, you know, and a lot of square bills like this Spro Little John right here comes with that oval O-ring. I typically will go to the oval O-rings because there's no chance that your line tie or where it connects to the bait, that opening will end up, because that will affect how your crankbait runs. So here's just a quick tip, guys, to help you guys understand. Just a quick tip. That's the first thing you look for. And anytime I have a crankbait that doesn't run right like that, that's the first thing that I look for, especially ones with the round O-rings. I can simply retie, make sure that opening is from one side to the other and not attached to the bait or where your knot is, and it'll fix it immediately. So guys, I hope that helps. It's just a quick tip to get more life out of your crankbaits, and just because one doesn't run right doesn't mean it's a actual crankbait. Pay attention, especially on round O-rings where that bait is tied, and you can make a whole lot more casts. Thanks, guys.